Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Twisty, and welcome to my Obey Undead RC response. Now, real quick for you guys who don't know exactly what's going on with this, the guys over at Obey Alliance are going ahead and opening up a zombie division called Obey Undead, and right now they're doing a recruitment challenge to bring on 10 people to the start of that team. Now for this first stage, what they went ahead and did is they basically gave us a bunch of questions to answer, like an interview, and then they're going to be picking 50 people out of how many ever submissions get put in. I'll make sure to go ahead and leave an iCard or link the video in the description to all the questions in case you want to know exactly what they are. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into answering these questions. Alright, so to start off, my online name is Twisty, obviously. I'm 18 years old, and I'm from the United States, more specifically, Wyoming. My first ever zombies game was Black Ops 2 around Mob of the Dead's release. Now, I actually didn't own an Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3 at the time, but my buddy, he owned Black Ops 2 with the season pass, so I remember going over to his house, playing Transit and Mob for the first time and being like, this is sick, I gotta get one of these. So I was able to go home. I was able to convince my parents to let me get an Xbox 360 with Black Ops 2, and from there, I was just hooked on zombies. Now, for sure, my favorite zombies memory would have to be trying to take on the Black Ops 3 Easter eggs with my friends. I never really went for any of the Easter eggs in Black Ops 2, but when Black Ops 3 came out and there were more of these big Easter eggs, I was definitely hooked on trying to figure them out with my buddies. Now, obviously, being in Wyoming and back in 2015, the internet out here, not the greatest. So I remember being the only one of my friends going for these Easter eggs who actually had good enough internet to be able to pull up an Easter egg guide YouTube video and actually play that at the same time, along with the game without almost lagging out 100% of the time. But going for these Easter eggs with my buddies, I remember we finished DE as our first ever Easter egg together, and I just really enjoyed those times with my friends. Now, my favorite zombies map would definitely have to be Origins. It's where we got introduced to the Premise crew, got introduced to my boy Tank Dempsey, still my favorite character to date, and it was just really innovative, and it was fun being able for the first time to like learn where all the staff parts were, learn where all the shield parts are, and just slowly start building up that memory that I still have to this day of the map. And obviously Origins also introduced us for the first time to the idea of 4 elemental wonder weapons, and I just loved the staffs. Me and my buddies loved building the staffs. It was just a great time to play that map with friends. Now, for my highest round ever on zombies, it's not the most impressive one ever, but it's round 100 on Die Maschine. While I know that Black Ops Cold War high rounds aren't exactly the hardest ever, I still felt pretty accomplished getting this done because I was going for that Dark Ops calling card for the round 100. But still, being able to learn like the Ring of Fire strategy on top of Knocked, learning how to train on the high rounds, it's definitely got me super interested in trying to push myself for higher rounds in the future. Now, for my favorite gun of all time in zombies, I'm gonna have to go with the LSAT from Black Ops 2. And now, I think a big reason for this is the ways that it was featured in the game. Obviously, you had it on Nuketown, like a bare-bones survival map where LMGs are always king, and it was always awesome to pull that out of the box. But I think the bigger part for me when it comes to the LSAT is on Buried. The fact that it's a wall buy in the spawn room was absolutely nuts, and it was always a really fun way to just kind of chill out and spawn, get those 2,000 points, buy it off the wall, and then you had a gun to be set with for the rest of the game. And then finally, for this section, my favorite wonder weapon would definitely have to be the Ice Staff from Origins. Now, I know I talked about earlier how Origins was my favorite map, and this definitely plays directly into that. But I just love this weapon, and I always kind of have a soft spot for ice-based stuff in zombies. Obviously, the Ice Staff in its base form is kind of whatever, but whenever it's upgraded, creating that blizzard is just absolutely insane, and it's just so fun to use. I remember, especially back in Black Ops 2, where it was absolutely insane, me and my buddies would always fight over who got to do the ice staff, and I would always end up being able to do it, and I think that's a huge part of why I enjoy it so much. All right, now for the questions specifically pertaining to Obey Undead. Now, the reason that I really want to be a part of this team over at Obey Undead is because I think it's something really unique and innovative. We've never seen any bigger orgs such as Obey, or even a whole lot of smaller orgs, really take on this idea of a zombies-based team. And I think it's really awesome, man. I think a lot of orgs are probably going to end up following in the footsteps of this, but having a chance to be a part of this innovation at the ground floor would be absolutely amazing. And now for the reason that I think I should be recruited to Obey Undead. And this reason would definitely have to be that I truly believe I have a ton of new ideas to bring to the team. I've been jumping around a variety of different games and styles of content for the last couple years, but now that I'm truly focusing in on zombies with the launch of Cold War, I believe that I can bring a whole bunch of new ideas to the team to help it take off more than it already is. And finally, for what unique quality I'd be bringing into the team, I would say it would have to be my attitude. I do see myself as a super positive person overall, always trying to bring others up when they're feeling down, or just trying to create a positive environment no matter where I'm at. And I think bringing this mentality onto the team would be amazing for creating the best zombies team possible. Alright, hard questions are over. Now let's go ahead and jump into the content creator based questions. Now, for what types of videos I make, I've been mainly focusing on zombies tips and tricks and tutorial videos. Particularly on my channel, with the release of Cold War, I've been running a Plague Diamond series that's been doing pretty well. Just kind of going over tips and tricks on how to get those guns, gold, diamond, dark aether, all that stuff as quick as possible. And the other big series that I'm working on is Zombies Challenges. So far, the only one in this category is the round 100, but I do intend to keep fleshing out this series as the year moves along. Now, for how long I've been making YouTube videos, I have videos as far back as 18 months ago, but those were just kind of trying to learn video editing, learn Premiere, and just practicing for when I was actually able to be somewhat consistent. But in terms of consistently making videos, I started around the launch of Cold War, so I've actually only been working on content for about 3 weeks consistently now. And over these 3 weeks, we've been doing absolutely fantastic. We've been able to get up to 91 subs, and all the videos are just doing amazing, way better than I could ever imagine for my first 5 videos. Now, for in terms of how much I upload, I always shoot for 1 video a week minimum. And normally we're able to get 2 to 3 out a week instead, but I'm always pushing myself to at least get 1 video out. Yeah, in conclusion, with my YouTube content, we're just getting started with it. I'm really excited to start working on finding new ideas and even unique ways to have these videos edited. What do you mean I'm not going to find a unique way to edit it? If I'm not already working on it, how are we even in the same frame right now, man? That's what I thought, dude. Get out of here. Sorry about that. He does that sometimes. But let's just go ahead and jump into the streamer questions, huh? And lastly, we have the streamer-based questions. For what platform I stream on, I stream over on Twitch, and I've been doing that for a little bit over 2 years now. Now, when I actually got into streaming and said this is something I want to do, it was actually at Black Ops 4's release. And I was super stoked because obviously that game had a zombies mode, and I thought I was going to be able to pursue that content for zombies really easily, but we all know how Black Ops 4 went. I wasn't really having fun making content on Black Ops 4 Zombies, so we just kind of turned into jumping around a variety of games. Like, I streamed everything from Skate 3 to Mario Maker 2 to Valorant most recently. But now with the launch of Cold War and a solid, fun Zombies mode, I've been focusing all of my streams over there on that. I aim to stream at least 3 times a week, but sometimes this is a little bit less if I decide I want to put out some more YouTube videos during that week, but the goal is always 3 times a week, regardless of how many videos we decide to focus on putting out. And over our about 2 years of streaming over on Twitch, we've ended up with 625 followers over there. And that does it for all the questions for the first stage of this RC. But real quick before we end the video, I just want to throw out a few thank yous. First off, I want to throw out a thank you to Obey and Obey Undead for putting this whole thing on. Greg, Zombie Slayer, Grizzly. Regardless of if I personally make it or not, this team is going to be absolutely amazing, and I'm really excited for what you guys have in store for it. I'd also like to thank every single person that's going for this RC. It's been really awesome being able to like scroll through Twitter and try and meet some of you guys and watch some of your videos. I've really enjoyed it, and hopefully some of the guys that I've talked to and played with will be able to keep that friendship going long term. And if this is the first video of mine that you're ever seeing, or if you want to work on some stuff and you're going for this RC, please shoot me a DM on Twitter or just shoot me a message somewhere. I'd absolutely love to meet and play with even more of you guys that are going for this. And finally, I'd like to throw out a thank you to everyone who's shown me support throughout this whole RC process. This is my first time ever going for something like this, so being able to like wake up in the morning and see that I am tagged in a tweet for who should be picked up, just the support in the streams, the support on the videos, it's all been insane. So I can't thank you guys enough for the last 2 weeks of love. But yeah, that's gonna do it here for me. I really appreciate all the love and support over this RC, and yeah, hopefully I can see you guys in that top 50.